Today we're going to look at Genesis chapter 2, verses 4 through to 25. Now, this is one of those passages that is often looked at with a bit of confusion because it seems to tell a different story than what we had just gone through in Genesis chapter 1. We see a order that was given to us, and then here it seems to be something different. But it's a little bit easier to understand when you picture kind of like building blocks. This is another building block that is placed on top that gives us a fuller picture. It wasn't that God caused all the vegetation all around the world to pop up at the same time. There was certain sections, like where Adam was, that still didn't have all the vegetation. And so when God formed Adam from the dust and made him, he then planted a garden there. And in that garden, he rose up all of the trees. When it later says that God brought all of the animals to see him, those that he had created, it's not saying that he created those animals after Adam. It's saying that those animals were created and God brought them to Adam in order for Adam to name them. And then a little bit later on in the chapter, it talks about the fact that God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. And when he slept, he took one of his ribs, closed up the place with flesh, and the rib that Lord God had taken from the man, he made into a woman and brought her to the man. Now, the interesting thing about this is that the Hebrew word for rib is more side, or from his thigh, his side, his chest. It is not necessarily the bone, the rib specifically, but just generally he took a portion of Adam and created woman from him. So they are equal. It's not that woman was specifically created from one part of the man that was necessary for him to survive, because that would create a dynamic where women are lesser. God created women in the same way, using a portion of the man so that they were equal. And that's why he says, this is at last bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken from man. Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh together.